Hi everyone, it's Holly and I'm here with another review. Today I'm going to review the duology that is Prisoner of Night and Fog and Conspiracy of Blood and Smoke by Anne Blankman. I wish this series had like a name because both of those titles are really long and it's really annoying, but whatever. I gave them both 5 stars. I absolutely loved them. I think I liked the first one a little bit more, but they're both great books. They're historical fiction set like just before World War II, and they have a little bit of romance running through them, and the story follows a young girl named Gretchen, and she is the niece of Hitler. So what she really is like a close family friend of his. As the story goes on, she kind of learns more things about Hitler, the Nazi Party, what's going on in Germany, and also just about people in general. And it opens her eyes and she learns new things, and along the way she does meet a Jewish reporter named Daniel, who's kind of like a romantic interest, and he helps her too. Both books kind of have like a central mystery running through them too, different mysteries, but a mystery. So the writing, I thought it was very, very good. It's written in third person, but it's just like Gretchen's POV, which I enjoyed. I would have liked to be able to see a little bit more, but she was a great character. I have no complaints about her. That's just me wanting to know more, like getting different points of view, because I just like that. I found it incredibly gripping, incredibly suspenseful, especially the first one. I think I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this in a written review, I don't know if I said it in my wrap-up. With the second book, I kind of like put my emotional guards up because the first one had such an impact on me. A lot of what's going on, these are real people, real situations, and it's just that like Gretchen and Daniel are fictional characters. So the characters, like I said, Gretchen is the main character. I love her. She's so amazing. She is incredibly well developed. She has like this great arc of just like growing and coming to believe in herself and being willing to take a stand for what she believes in at great personal sacrifice, and she's probably one of the strongest characters I've ever read, both like literally well written character strong, and then also just like the emotional strength it takes her to do the things that she does is just so inspiring. I found her incredibly easy to connect with. Really my only issue with her is that, and this I don't think is a writing issue, it's like literally her as a character, I think she was written this way on purpose, is she's just like a little too trusting. Like she, especially in the second book, she trusts people that I'm like, why are you doing this, Gretchen? This is a horrible decision. This person will probably betray you and then horrible things will happen. And it's a good thing about her that like she wants to see the best in people, but it's so heartbreaking to read how trusting she is. So then there's Daniel, and he's just amazing as well. He's smart and he's sweet and he's loving, and he's a really good guy. I've been like super into good guys lately, and I definitely would have liked to get into his head a little bit more. Like Anne Blankman does a good job with him of showing like good with him, and then like through him, because of the people he knows, showing like the like Jewish world, because that's not something Gretchen is exposed to. I thought the side characters were very well developed. I really liked the inclusion of real characters. I don't know a ton about Hitler and the people surrounding him. Like I know names, like I know Hitler obviously, I know Eva Braun, I know like I've heard of like Heinrich Himmler and stuff like that, but like I don't know a ton about them. But these characters, I think it helped to make it feel more real because their names I know sort of, and she obviously, Anne Blankman, knew a lot about them historically, and it kind of made me really interested. So World Wars and that whole time period is not something I'm traditionally interested in. I'm definitely a history person, but that's not something I normally find myself drawn to. But now I definitely want to know more. There's definitely one character in the second book especially who's a part of like the police force that I really want to know more about. I need to go look to see if maybe there's like books about him or something I can get from like a library to read, because I found him very interesting. So the romance, I thought it was beautifully done, but I don't think it's too much. Like Gretchen doesn't change because she falls in love. Like it rides a nice balance there. and if you're not super into romance, I still think you would get a lot out of this story. And I like how Anne Blankman, uses their situations as like star-crossed lovers almost. That's kind of like the trope of their romance, and shows how that like pushes them together but simultaneously pulls them away, and the challenges of being people from two different worlds. So then, like I said before, both books have like mysteries running through them, and I'm not typically a mystery person. Like I enjoy like a good mystery, but I don't read thrillers or mystery novels or anything. Most of the mysteries were kind of tied to true historical events. I mean, most of the story is tied to true history. The first book is kind of like a murder mystery. And the second one has a little bit of that kind of a thing, like a murder mystery, but it goes more into like the political players and everything going on in Germany. And I did enjoy both of them. I thought they were well done, but like I said, I don't know enough about like what actually happened, and I also don't know enough about like actual mystery like story types to say whether or not they were done like traditionally well. But I enjoyed them. I was intrigued. I wanted to keep reading to find out what happened, like who done it, that kind of stuff. The last thing, just like all my reviews, I was editing some videos yesterday, and I do like the weirdest hand movements, and I feel like I have like the limpest wrists, and I'm like, and oh my gosh, I've been wearing my hair down lately in videos because I like my hair down better, but I feel like when my hair is down, I like play with it all the time. If it bothers you that I touch my hair, I'm really sorry. So the last thing is, would I recommend these books? And I have to say, I absolutely would. I don't know how people handle the way they feel emotionally when reading things. These books made me incredibly emotional, and that's such a thing that's like so hard to put into words. Heartbreaking, and I felt very like disgusted by things that have happened in history, and that's one of the reasons I like books like this. Is I don't get book hangovers very often, and usually when I do, it's an emotional hangover where I'm just affected so emotionally that it's very hard for me to read something else, and that's what these books did to me, which is why they're so good. But also, I'm sure some people can't, like it's hard to read something like that. So I think they're beautiful books. I think they're incredibly well written. They're great stories with great characters. But for me, they're very emotional. I'm sure other people could still enjoy it, but not see it as emotional as me. And then the one thing, because this is actually something I was afraid about going into it, this does not address the Holocaust or anything like that. It takes place really before World War II occurs, and so before all of that happens. So if that matters to you, if that was something you were looking for or something you weren't looking for, just know it's not in there. That is all I have to say about these books. If you have anything you want to say that's non-spoilery, or if you want to recommend any books to me or anyone else watching this, feel free to do so down in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!